Well, Sveltekit just dropped remote functions, experimentally at least. But from my playing around, it seems to work very well. Basically, they're just kind of a way to not so much think about, what's server side and what's client side, and it really builds you like a type safe interface between your back end and your front end. So we have the query, which is, essentially fetching data. We have form, which is meant for really like submitting data generally from a form. Command is a lot like form, more customizable because it doesn't require a form. It's really just calling a function. In some ways, it's kind of the most basic version of this. And then pre-render, which is a way that you can, pre-render the data at compile time, at build time. And yeah, we're just using pretty much vanilla Sveltekit. We've added Tailwind and we've added Drizzle for Postgres database. We just have a page.svelte, which I'll show you what it looks like first so we can kind of imagine it together. But we're making a to-do list. I always try and avoid to-do lists in my tutorials because they're just boring and basic, but the cool thing about this tutorial is the new stuff that Sveltekit is offering and the new way of doing things. And the schema, we just have a table called task, and it has an ID, a name, and it is complete. And there's a couple things we have to do to get this working. So the first is we do have to add the experimental flag for remote functions. So we're going to go into our svelte.config, and within kit, we're going to add that. We're going to also add a compiler option here, experimental, and then async. So two experimental flags, one on Sveltekit itself and one on how it's going to be compiled. Let's get some stuff going. The first thing I want to do is obviously make the tasks load from our database. So we're going to make a function, and this is our first remote function, and we're going to call it get tasks. Okay. And what we're going to use here is that first remote function option, which is query. And you'll see that comes in from app server. And within here, we actually pass the function itself. What we want to do here is we're going to just return and we're going to wait for the data coming back from our database. So I'm going to import my DB, and we're going to select, and we specifically want to select from our task schema. So let's go back to our page.svelte, and I'm going to get rid of mock tasks. And here's where the fun's going to come in. Instead of looping around each, we're going to actually loop around and await. That's one of our two experimental things here, get tasks.